All right. What is up, everyone? Happy Monday. Had some good trades throughout the day today. The market was overall green, so that's what you like to see. Let's get into it. We had Airbnb off the inside and up day, taking that 2-up continuation week, staying in force. So I'm staying long there. Next up, we've got Bros, same thing. Takes that inside day, breaks it to the upside, taking that 2-up confirmation continuation week. Still a lot of room to go on the monthly here. So I had a question from one of the folks in the Discord, and it was asking me about how I select option prices. So I'm going to start going over this. I think I'm going to make a video here sometime in the next week or so, but it's very simple, right? My magnitude is here. So I'm looking for the monthly contracts. The monthly contracts are the third Friday of that month they expire. So the November ones, it's November 21st. It's the third Friday of that month. It's always that same Friday. So what I'll do is, okay, my magnitude is 73 here. So if I'm looking at something like, let's say it's the 55 strike, or let's call it the 60 strike. If I take the 60 strike here, that means that at magnitude where I want this stock to go, that contract will be worth 73.58, which is the high of the month, minus 60, which is my strike price. So that contract will be worth, at magnitude, 13.58. If that 60 strike contract that I'm looking at costs 1/3 of that, so my magnitude is basically, let's call it 1,400. Let's keep round numbers, right? If that contract is less than 450, I will take that. That is, you have 3x possibility. You want to look for contracts that have a 3x possibility. You could go farther out of the money, something like this. It's going to take a little bit longer to realize the value, but again, if it gets to magnitude, so if you, let's say you take the 65, right? 65 to 74. So that contract's worth 9 at magnitude, which means if that contract is worth $3 or less, it's worth it. It's a good contract to take. Now this contract right here costed 8, and then at magnitude it's only going to be worth 65. The difference between 65 and 74, so it'd only be worth 9. So you'd be risking $800 to make $100 at magnitude. So that's kind of how I think about option strikes. I'll keep going through them and trying to give examples on ones that I see good range for. But again, if you're looking for options contracts, November 21st for Bros, if it costs like anything less than $4, just that's a contract that is absolutely worth taking, because you can get a 300, you can get a 3x out of that. You can turn 400 into $1,200 if it gets to magnitude. All right, next up, little rant there. Similar kind of thing though. So you got DE. So again, this one took the month green on Friday. Then you had the inside day holding that monthly, still trying to trigger this weekly PMG. So here's another one, right? You say all-time high, you probably want to get up into here and then up into here, so 520. So again, if you look at the 500 call, I mean, even if you want to, it's going to cost you some money. That's why I don't like these higher price stocks, because the options cost way more. And especially if they're less liquid, they're gonna just chop around with the value, and you're not going to actually get the best fills and probably get the best pricing on the contracts. But again, you've got a lot of magnitude to go for. So if you want to get a 480 or a 500, thinking it's going to get back to all-time highs, you might want to give it a little more time, but that's kind of the thinking behind what we're looking for. All right, next one, DG. These both broke today. DG inside 3 one-day to the upside, taking that 2-up week continuation, but then falling out of force. So a little bit weaker today as opposed to DLTR, which took that essentially an inside day here, but took the day 2 up, continued up most of the day, stayed strong into the end of the day, and you've got a lot more range on here, right? So here's your magnitude again, 112. So if you take, I don't got my phone on me, but again, the 105s, right? So if the 105s are, you know what, I'm just going to grab my phone. Give me 1 second. All right, so let's see here. So we've got DLTR, November 21st. All right, so the 105s cost $220 right now. So $220, the 105s at magnitude, it's worth the difference between 112.5 and 105. So it's worth 7.5. So you could take that contract from 2.2 up to 7.5, which is almost a 4x of your money. Those are the trades we're looking for. So you've got the 2-up day. So again, see if it takes this 2-up continuation. You'd have buying on Monday and on Tuesday, confirming hopefully that 2-up week and working back through this range of pivots. Next one, Gap. Had the inside week, looking for that inside week. PMG onto the upside. Had the 2-up day. Looking for some continuation tomorrow to keep working its way back through these weekly pivots here. Humana, this one triggered again. So you had this was the best day to get in off that hammer day when it retested that monthly open. And it's gone 3 straight days up, taking that 2 down, 2 up week with magnitude up into here and up into here. Next one, Jets. A lot of these had earnings last week, so the actual stocks might be a little more volatile. And I think UAL is the only one 2 down green on the month, but it's got a huge mother bar from the earnings day. But you've got the 3-1 week to the upside, broke it, fell out of force right here. So you'd like to see them come back and buy it again. Actually, let's see. High. Did not break it. All right, so still inside week there. But again, if you get another 2-up day continuation, you could take that 3-1-2 week to the upside and work its way back through these pivots here on the weekly and that outside month. KSS moving in tandem kind of with with Gap, inside 2 inside week there to the upside. Coming back through the monthly here in this nice little broadening formation here on the weekly, looking to get up into here. All right, McDowell's not a ton of range to here into all-time highs. I mean, you've got about $10, but on a $310 stock, that's not the most magnitude, but you've got the 2 down, potentially 3 on the monthly. Now you've got the 3 on the daily if you're looking through the 3-2 up to take that 2 up week continuation and work its way back through this 2 down in green month. Oh, and this one's been mighty strong here. Then you had the inside day to the upside, confirming that 2 up on the weekly, already 3 on the month, working back through these pivots in here. Earnings coming up, so actually not really, 11.3, so you got a couple weeks for earnings there. But just be cognizant of that. If you're an options player, I always reduce for earnings. If you're a shares player, I would trim way down. Just not worth the risk of trading through earnings if you don't believe in the company. Then we've got QXO again. Looked at it. I would just really like this broad information. I'd love to see it come back on through. I know it's been choppy, but you get these lows here. You have all this chopping up here over the weekly. If it expands here, would like to see it shoot right back through the side of the broad information. So keeping it on the radar while it stays on the scan, even if the daily is not doing anything too fantastic. But now you've got the inside day, looking for the inside day break to the upside. You've got pivot, taking that 1-2 down, 2 up week. Hopefully, actually, we've got the 3-1-2 down, potentially 2 up week to hopefully get moving through this side of the broadening formation. Next one, you got TGT. This one sold off pretty hard in the afternoon. Kind of had a nice spike up and then just kind of, flattened out there throughout the day. But you got the inside day break to the upside, taking the week 2 up continuation. And again, here's another one. So, you're looking at options here on Target. I think I was looking at them earlier. What were they? So you've got the November 21st. You've got the 95 calls are trading at 3.5 right now. So you'll have essentially 1 full month, and your first magnitude is here, which would be right on the strike. But your second magnitude, if it can work its way all the way back through, you're looking at 108 potentially. So again, 108 minus 95, that contract will be worth 13 at magnitude and currently costs 3.5. So you're looking at another almost a 4x there. And that's what you want to be hunting for. That's why these kind of stocks where you see magnitude, you see range are more enticing for this kind of strategy as opposed to something like McDonald's, right? You're not going to find a cheap option contract at all that's going to be worth taking for this monthly. It's too high priced of a stock, and the magnitude is too close to where we're currently at. That's why you want to look for these ones with good range. Airbnb, bottom of this, you got the 1-2 down potential magnitude up into 145. And there's some big ones. Bros is a great one. I know it's probably off the watch list right now, but Shack was a great looking one. If that can move its way back, I mean, just the ranges here is what you're looking for. You're looking for, we're looking to bottom pick. We're looking to grab these stocks at the bottom where we can take them right back up. So speaking of that, here's the last one. Trip inside week to the upside. Nice volume candle on a Monday. Looking for that confirmation. You've got I don't think this is a 3 on the monthly. Let's see the low, 1596. Yeah, so stayed 1 penny, but pretty dang close to being a 3, and then just comes out, cleans those lows out here and flips back and goes 2 down in green now. Again, now you've got this little weekly broadening formation right here. I don't like how the bottom of that looks, but that's okay. You've got this right up here. I mean, let's just draw something more like this. Same kind of thing, right? So that's your weekly broadening formation. So comes scoops these guys out, coming all the way back up here, and then you get $3 a range. So let's see trip. Let's see. November 21st. I actually don't really like the pricing of these contracts. Let's see. Yeah. These are pretty spready anyway. Yeah, maybe not. Probably not the best. This might be a better one for shares. So cheap. You can get a good chunk, and if you get a nice, let's see, we got 16.58 up to 20. So if you get a nice $3.50 move with shares, better move. The pricing of the contracts, a little spready, not great. Nothing that I can really see a 3x out of. But that is your list. Again, if you have any questions about the options, just feel free, shoot me a message on Twitter, in the Discord. Just tag me or hit me in the DMs. I'm more than happy to help. I try and keep it very simple, but I know options can still be confusing with the Greeks and all that stuff. I don't focus on that. I focus on magnitude and price of the contract. That's all you need to know. The Greeks, all that stuff, it's just, in my opinion, it's just jargon that intimidates people. Just think about it like a math problem. So please reach out, any questions. Be more than happy to help explain my rationale behind it. Other than that, let's have a great trading day tomorrow. Let's make it another good Tuesday. You know, we've had 3 green Mondays in a row, and then 2 kind of choppy or selling Tuesdays. So let's hope we can keep the momentum going and maybe get a couple more days out of this week. All right, have a good one, everyone. Talk to you tomorrow.